Damn, GalacticStorm here. Welcome to the show, and today I'm going to be showing you, well, you already know what this already is. It is the Xbox One version of World of Tanks. It just came out on the 28th of July 2015, and I would have to say, holy shit, the graphics look awesome. It looks more like on the PC version, as you can say. And the tanks on this, the graphics, all the detail that Wargaming went through, it looks absolutely amazing. And I can't blame them one bit for trying to do them on the Xbox One. But it is pretty nice onto it. I've did some gameplay onto it, and I've gotten a lot of great gameplay onto it, and the shining details and all the things onto it. It looks much better than it would on the Xbox 360. But I have some gameplay on two games, starting with the T1E6X1, which is one of the newer tanks that you'll get. Let's kick some ass with this thing. So for our first gameplay, we are going to be playing on Himmelsdorf, the night variant. And I can see crystal clear onto my new screen here, or onto the screen here now compared to the Rockzeo game. Well, the game footage that I've gotten with the Xbox 360. But I'm playing on the TE6X1, I believe it's called. I think that's what it's called. It's pretty much the same thing as the other tank, the TE6X. Well, I'm just getting screwed up with the names here, but it's pretty much the same tank, from what I believe. But the other one has more better view range compared to the other, and this one has a World of Tanks logo onto it, and it has a green camo variant onto it. And you get premium rounds. You get 240 premium rounds onto it for free. And this was I was playing this it's the T1E6X1. I'm sorry, but this was I was playing way before the it was still downloading and all, and there is going to be some gameplay that it's going to be lagging at first because, you know, it's still into its first game, well, into its first day of gameplay, I would say. So I'm going to the other side of Himmelsdorf with this T26, and you can see with the gameplay already it compares differently to the I would say with the Xbox 360 variant. It's, I would say, more cleaner and more, I would say, not as messier compared to the Xbox 360 variant. So that's what I think, but other people might vary. It is getting, I'm just trying to get used to the controllers on, well, the controls onto like the Xbox One compared to the other one. And here's our first victim. It's a T18, and I'm trying to get out of the way from this tank that's trying to light me up as well. T18, really good tank destroyer and all. And it got his ass handed by a Panzer Jag 1. And same thing with that one. This one is going to be slow, but it's going to be fast at the same time, I would say, because people are killing each other left and right. And you can see the T26 took care of that tank right there. And I'm trying to go around here, see if there's any other tanks right here. And there is. They're just trying to go after the tanks that are right up to the other side, and this is where I'm getting some trouble at with this one. The T1, this is another T1E6X1, and I'm trying to go after this one. Took some rounds onto it, trying to go after it, and there was a Renault, and then I didn't pay attention to the same guy, so I pulled back here and trying to angle my armor at least, but I got my ass riddled. My tracks got blown off, my driver went bye-bye, but luckily another person came in and just helped me out. But I had to do a choice between the gunner and the loader, or the driver, so I chose my loader at least. And the driver, oh well, I'm gonna have slow speeds, and it's gonna be hard turning onto this thing, but it's somewhat tied right now. It's 8-6, and I'm trying to go after this. These other tanks are right here, and here comes a medium 1. It's a tier 1 tank. Horrible armor. And, well, you pretty much saw the end result right there. It went bye-bye with just one shot. So after seeing that side is fine, so I decided to go up to this side right here where the enemy base is at. And I hope there is a lot of non-malicious things there. T7 Comic Car, and it's still close. It's 8 to 10 right now. We're winning. And yeah, that's what you get with a bad driver. Well, if your driver is knocked out, that is. Then it's already starting to pull back now. It's 11 to 8 right now, and an AFK T1E6X1. We're just going with Jill, and Jill is AFK, and well, I already lit his ass up, and he's roasting marshmallows along with the rest of his gang right here. So I decided to give him just one shot in there, and he goes bye bye. And oh shit, there's the T-57. And if I wouldn't have backed out, he could have killed me with just one shot. And he just took his shot, and he's gonna pay for it dearly. There we go. Kill number 3. Kill number 3. Holy crap. So, well, this whole place is secured, and we literally just won this one. It's 14 to 8. There's only the T7 combat car left, and what I'm going to be doing with the majority of this game is I'm just going to be trying to capture this game. Well, trying to capture the base here, and I had no idea if the T7 combat car was either there or not. So I just tried to just lay down, sit back, eat some chips. Well, not really in real life, but now you can see the T7 combat car is going after the T-57. And I'm trying to tell it, hey, what are you doing? Pull back. You're not a freaking tank destroyer. Even though the T-57 has really good reloads and all. But since everyone found out where the T-7 combat car is, and it has good 3 kills, he's pretty much screwed. And with its very long reload, it's no doubt it's going to be screwed right here. It's getting stopped right now by the T-26. T-26 is going bang bang onto it, along with the others. But the Panzer Jagd 1 just finishes it off. And yeah, my first win of the day. Well, not really my first win of the day, but for this thing at least. So 10,000, almost 11,000 experience, about 13,000 experience right here. And I got a Mastery Badge Class 1 and Bruiser. 470 damage, and I got 48 shots blocked and 3 kills. 35 penetrations. So that was cool. And the T2 medium was best out of our group for some odd reason. Probably do with assistance in that. So I did didn't do bad. 78 base capture points. I did about 1.3 kilometers travel. And I was originally going to have 14,000 experience, or silver at least. And then there's the T6 that I just make it burned, at least. T18, T57, the other TX1, and I blew up that M1, medium one, I would say. So, the other gameplay you're going to love, and I hope you guys enjoy that one too. And for our last gameplay, we are going to be going on Arctic region and counter battle. The benefits on this, on the Xbox One version, there's not really any cons on this, except, well, you're going to be playing this on the Xbox One and it has more gigabytes onto it. But this one has more pros than not. For starters, every vehicle that you've bought and put in your garage, all the saved progress that you have, including like if you're researching for another tech tree or another or tank or anything like that, it simply just follows up onto you, and you have gold saved up, your silver saved up, and experience saved up. It's pretty much lobbed into the Xbox One version as well. And another great thing about this game, well, you can play not only with Xbox One players, no shit, but the other one is that, well, you can play with the Xbox 360 players too. I really don't know if when it goes to with the, I would say the Xbox or Xbox 360 trying to platoon and all that. I don't know if you can simply do that, but I'm not entirely sure. But for gameplay here, I'm going to be playing as the Panzer IV. I have the Top Gun onto this. The accuracy on this thing's not so great. It's .38, but does have decent penetration and has good damage onto it. But it's a majority tier 5. The majority on my team is tier 3, but the majority on the other side, well, not the majority, but like some of the tanks, but some of the tanks on their side is going to be tier 4, as you can see right here. And there's even a tier 2 in our team. What the hell? Wait, how the hell did he get into a tier 5 match? I don't know. I'm not a physician or anything like that. But I found this special little spot here, and I was like, I never seen this spot before, and it covers the part of the well, I would say the capture area. And luckily at that, found a SU-85, but he decided to crawl back down. So for the majority of the game, I'm going to be sneaking up, or I'm going to be up on this top area right here, while I'm trying to support fire up on below and onto the top. And we can already see that there's already tanks on other sides. And for some odd reason, I'm still getting achievements onto the game itself for some odd reason. And our first victim, an M3 Lee. You really didn't see it at first, but at the start you did. And then it decided to be my first kill. Nom nom, the first of many. And I'm going to be going through a lot of my shells. Not my premium shells or that, but I was just doing a little test fire to see if that SU-85 was there. But it's right here, and it's trying to make a run for it. Took a shot at it, and it ricocheted? What the hell? Even on its side too. That one went high. And there's a Crusader. There's the tier 5 British light tank. While the SU-85 is getting gangbanged right there, I'm trying to go after the Crusader right here. It's a good tank, it's just you need to know how to use it. So I took a shot at it, and I got some misses, got some hits right there, just got one. Got another one right there. He tries to look at the scenery, I think. But it was a bad move, and I tried to lay my shot, took a shot, and bingo. Crusader goes bye-bye. 2 kills. Awesome. And it's a close matchup already. There's already people trying to go to the capture area, and I'm trying to do my best onto this. And then there's a Matilda that's like, oh hi, your 75 millimeters of armor is going to defeat you all. Well, tier 5 tanks can go through that like butter. So unfortunately, it's not going to work out really well for the Matilda. Took a shot at tracks, but the rest of the team just finishes them off. And then there's a Churchill, really armored tank, except for the sides and that. The tracks can be blown up real easily, and I just took a shot onto its ammo rack. Damaged it really well. So he decides to hide up there, and then he gets stuck somehow. I'm not entirely sure. But I did some more damage onto him. I'm requesting fire from the rest of my team. And most of my shots are either missing or they're just ricocheting onto this. Took some track damage onto the Churchill, and it's lagging. And I took a shot while we were lagging, and yeah, really didn't work well. So I decided to lead up a little bit more. Here comes the Churchill. He's trying to go after the capture circle and going after the rest of the teammates and finish off the Churchill. And right up there, it's a KB1. Really good round armor, really good guns. I did an earlier review on this tank. If you want to go down to the playlist below with the Xbox 360 gameplay, you'll see it from there. And yeah, took one shot of the KB2, or not KB2. I'm getting too familiar with the KB2. I took a shot at the KB1, and that was the only shot I could get onto the tank itself. Most of my shots, they're gonna be bounce, 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 and it's still a close one. It's 10-8 still, and we're still trying to take control of the capture area right now. Don't know where the KB1 went, and making no sure. And Type 34 took care of another tank. Type T-34. I'm sorry. There's 2 Type T-34s, and yeah, it looks like we've got it in the bag. But yeah, that KB1 is gonna be a pain in the ass. He'll be killing 2 other of our teammates eventually. There's the KB1 right there, and it looks like the artillery is trying to go after it too. So, but then hello, a nice little tank decides to show up onto the artillery side and my side. So luckily I was there for them. KV-1 took out one of the tanks right there, and that is it's a medium tank, obviously. It's a VK-2001D, and to be honest with you, I haven't played this tank yet. Artillery took a shot at him, but he destroys one of the M7 priests there. But I got the kill out of there, so that was awesome. So, took a little circle there. It was a little lag right there. It's still close. It's 3-4 right now with tanks remaining. And I'm trying to get the artillery to move out of here. And I was getting tired of going up to that hill anyway, since we don't know where the other tanks are going to be at. I don't even know where little that we didn't know that the last medium tank will be on the other side, coming from behind. And that SU-8 is going to be in a little bit, or SU-5 is going to be in a bit of a problem, so I tell it to fall back. And there it goes. There's the medium tank right there. And I'm trying to go after it so it doesn't go after the artillery, because we need the artillery. And luckily, hello, it's an M4 Sherman, and it's firing the 105mm howitzer gun. And it's not really doing any damage. I mean, it's doing little, but destroying parts of my tracks. But I'm taking shot after him, and I finish him off. Nom 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 nom. So you can pretty much say we've got this game in the bag right now. And yeah, it sums it up right here. Well, my part of the gameplay for here would be over now, but for me, I'm still trying to go after the last remaining artillery piece that's right here. The Crusader, which is that light tank that's left, he did one hell of a job on this game. He got about 3 kills, and he got more damage than I did. So while the medium tank, the last medium tank that we have, besides me, he's trying to capture the capture circle right there, and don't know what the SU-5. I think the SU-5 is trying to go after the artillery too, so might as well just join up with him. But the enemy would be at, well, the artillery would be at F1, and I think he was trying to drown himself, to be honest with you, trying to do the very honorable thing as artillery people would do on the Xbox 360 version. But the Crusader, he is not going to have any of that. He'll be like, nope. And there he goes. He spotted the artillery, and well, the Crusader is going to be finishing off the artillery piece. So, 5 kills, awesomeness at its finest. And we killed all the enemies. Yay! And there we go. 25,000 silver and over 2,000 experience. And Mastery Badge Class 2. What the fuck? And about 1,550 damage. And Fighter and the classic Fighter effect. Blah! So, yeah, that's how I did. 18 penetrations. I took like half of my shells and just throw them into the wind. Crusader did about 100 more damage than I did, and got more awards, which was awesome. And there I go right there. Took about 64 damage. Did about 147 assist damage, and which was awesome. And yeah, it was pretty good. There's my tanks that I killed, the M3 Lee, the Churchill, and the Matilda. Just did some track damage onto it. SU-85 was trying to shoot at it. VK-2001D blew it up. M4 blew it up. Crusader blew it up. KV-1 did some damage onto it. So yeah, let's finish this up, shall we? Okay, so in short, what do I think about the Xbox One version of World of Tanks? It feels the same as on the Xbox 360 version. It has better graphics and all. It's technically the same thing, it's just we're playing it with Xbox 360 players now. And Wargaming did one hell of a job, which I think was awesome. And they listened to their people really well, so kudos for them. So I'm going to be doing more reviews onto the Xbox One version rather on the Xbox 360 version. But yeah, vote, rate, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. GalacticStorm saying, "Keep charging, bitches."